KAIZER Chiefs start the year on a winning note, beating Golden Arrows 1-0 at FNB Stadium. Welcome to the Amakosi Corner on the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mojere. The PSL is back, and I've been saying this for a few weeks, and I can't wait to watch my favorite team back in action. And I must say, I was very much disappointed. I might be in the minority, but I was disappointed. I was entertained, but I was disappointed at the same time. 1-0 over Golden Arrows. What can I say? I read a status earlier on X. Someone say you'll see KAIZER Chiefs players are gonna play as if like they were not training this whole of this break or festive. It's like they just met today and like, okay guys, this is what we do. And sometimes along the match, that's how I felt. I was like, guys, what were we doing this whole time? What were we doing? We had about 17 corners today. Not even one. We threatened to score. KAIZER Chiefs is the only team. I don't know if it's the only team, but KAIZER Chiefs haven't scored from a corner the whole season. We haven't scored from a corner the whole season. We've played 14 games, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't scored from a corner. But yeah, what do you think of the game, guys? What did you think of the game? And I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. Let me read this from. This is what Frank sent to me, and he said, "Jerry, please can you mention this in the podcast? You can also have your say. Just send me if in your comment section. You know what to do. Send me a WhatsApp as well if you've got my number, and I'll read out your comments." He said, "We played very well, but created less chances. We also need a tactical striker who will help out our tall strikers. But technically, we were disciplined in the middle of the park, and at the back, Ndlovu had a long stuff in the park." Okay. Yeah. You get the glimpses. And funny enough, I was going to come and say to you guys, especially in the first half, even the second half, I was going to say, out of our front three or front four, I might be the only one. I thought only Silva for me worked. The others, I didn't even notice them. The others for me didn't do anything. They tried, but for me, I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know if I'm expecting too much. I've got high expectations of them. But we lacked the creativity in the final third. It's like, that's what I said. It was like we were not training. We didn't have the chemistry that we need to pass. That's what I'm saying. Silva for me was the one who was doing the work. Look, he even had a almost assist with the card back, and Modi tried to do whatever he was trying to do without even shooting. We never saw that from the wingers. We never saw that from Shabalala. Shabalala was playing his favorite position. He was playing as a 10. But no, I'm lying. Shabalala actually wants to play on the wing. But he was playing as a 10. And you can see that he's suffering in that position. Because he wants to be goal side. He wants the freedom. He wants to take on some defenders. He wants to cross. He wants to come inside. He wants to shoot. But we are limiting him because we're playing him as a 10. And he doesn't like the 10. Guys, what happened to Rilepo? What happened to Rilepo? It's like he's not here anymore. Sometimes I feel as if he's angry at KAIZER Chiefs for firing Coach Nabi. I sometimes feel like he wanted to go with Coach Nabi. Because since the second year Nabi, he has never been the same player. He doesn't take on players anymore. He doesn't shoot anymore. He doesn't create chances. He's a passenger at this time and moment. I do not know. I might be wrong. I don't know what's going on. He's been out of form. Where's our best midfielder, by the way? Where's Tele? Why was Tele not on the bench? Why was he not playing today? Is he injured? I don't know, guys. I might be wrong. Look, I agree with Frank to an extent that we look compact. I thought we looked compact in the first half. That's why you look at the game. Golden Arrows didn't get so many chances. They didn't get to play. They didn't get to go into a box. and because we were compact and we were winning the balls, they were making mistakes. But in the second half, something weird happened. It was the team talk. Let's give credit where it's due. The team talk was, guys, yes, we've only conceded one goal in the first half. I think now we need to take the game to them. In the second half, they came flying. Undlovu for them was a danger, whether on the ball or off the ball. He was a danger for the team, and they kept coming to us. I was a bit worried when I saw the starting lineup, and we didn't have a natural left-footed, or not natural left foot, but a natural left back, and we played McCarthy there. I was a bit worried, but he played well. He played well. He made some overlapping runs, and he could have gotten an assist as well. And I think, there's something that I love about Chiefs at this time of minute. It might be an advantage and a disadvantage to them, but we've got a very young squad of prospect players, talented. Like, they've got the future in their hands, which is a good thing because you can plan for the long run. But sometimes you need experience. You need experience to win your leagues. You need experience to win your cups. And I feel like we don't have enough of that, the KAIZER Chiefs. We do have and I got like experience. I'm not talking about old people. Let me not use the word old people, but people who've got, sometimes you need it. And I feel like KAIZER Chiefs, we don't have that. We bought a lot of youngsters. We brought a lot of talent that is promising, that has potential to be something great. And you look at the bench is very exciting. You look at every player that got in today, that was substituted, the crowd cheered for them. Mabazo, sorry. Debut high. I think he handled it like a pro. It looked like he's been playing for a while now. And Kemia high, I think everybody. Guys, wait. There's a question I want to ask. Maybe you guys will. Maybe Mojere's personal, or Mojere's got a bias, or Mojere's got an agenda. How did Modi last 90 minutes? How did he overlast Oshabalala? Mojere, Lilepo, Silva? And he stayed on the pitch for 90 minutes. What? Like, I would love to sit down with Coach KAIZER Chiefs. I would love to sit down with Coach KAIZER, Cedric. I would love to sit down and get about, guys, what is it that Modi is doing? Maybe in the gym or in training or somewhere or in the field that we don't see. Because for me personally, he doesn't even have to start. For me, he doesn't deserve to start. He's been off form for a while now. But he keeps starting. If each and every game Modi is on the starting lineup, each and every game Modi to substitute, but yeah, I might be the only one. But I don't know. Maybe, Mojere has got an agenda. I wrote something here that I wanted to say. I wrote something that I wanted to say here. Where is it? Look, I saw a lot of set pieces that we're playing. Not even set pieces. When we were trying to transition and attack, and for some reason we go back. For some reason, we in the attack, we've got numbers in the attack, we decide to go back. Is that part of the training? Why are we not clinical? Why are we not fast enough? Like, we are transition, we need to attack, and it must be clinical. It must be 1, 2, 3, 4 passes in the box. We create a chance, we either shoot or it's just, but we tend to go back. I do not understand, why do we go back? Second half, we put the subs on. They changed the momentum. They changed the tempo of the game. I think Mbabaza, Bartman, and Mabaso, I think they came in and they turned the game into our favor again, because Golden Arrows, I felt, were coming into the game because our players, they looked like they're now they are running off. They are running out. So I think the substitute of the boys coming in, they gave us the tempo. They created chances. We could have scored. We were 2, 3, 4 shots on goal. And I think the subs were, if there's anything that I would give thumbs up today, the subs were on point. They kept Golden Arrows on their toes, and we could have scored another goal. But anyways, we scored 1 goal, courtesy of McCarthy. Whether it's offside, no, offside is not our fault that there's no VAR, but we all know it was an offside goal. But sometimes in football you need luck. So yeah, let me know what you think of the performance today. I'm blabbing. I'm disappointed. As I said, I am much disappointed. got that performance today. I'm not saying it was a bad performance, but I expected more from them. I expected more from KAIZER Chiefs, especially the way we started the game. I thought, oh, yes, we look compact. We score a goal. We need to go get another one. In the second half, we go at them, but we didn't do that. In the second half, it's like we dropped the level down and Golden started coming at us. Or it might have been that, as I said, coach Golden Arrows Mangawa said, guys, it's time to go at KAIZER Chiefs. So this weekend we're in the CAF Champions League, not Champions League, we're in the CAF Comfort action against Zesco in Zambia. So hopefully, yeah, give us your early predictions of what do you think will happen. Will we win that game or will we come back home empty-handed? And also, let me know what you think of the game tonight. Let me know of your man of the match. I think my man of the match for today game, who was an outstanding. I think I would agree with Frank. I think Glove in the middle of the park, he had his handful and he was good. I think he played a 6, he played a 8. I think Yanalama Boy were interchanging every time. And I think that partnership for today, at least it worked. Oh, for today, for the first half, at least it worked. So hopefully, I don't know, we like changing that partnership at KZ. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I think I think McCarthy as well for me are the two outstanding players. And I will give credit to Silva. I said Silva for me in the front four was the one who, for me, was working. He didn't even get saves. That's how bad it was. He wasn't getting saves. Then he went and fetched balls, and you can see he was shooting from outside the box because he saw or no, here, if I don't create chances for myself, I will not get anything. So yeah, let me know what you think as well for yeah, the result, your man of the match, who for you performed today. And yeah, before we leave, on a sad note, before we leave, yeah, South Africa, we are mourning. We are mourning 13 learners, 13 kids on their way to school. Tragic accident happened. They lost their lives. You know, we as I think someone once said, as South Africans, we are not angry enough. We've been complaining, or not complaining even, we've been noticing this trend of umalume that transport our kids. It's either they're overloaded, it's either they're speeding, it's either they're driving like headless chickens, and we never actually taken a stand, we never actually taken action against them. And I know some would say, but that's how they make their money, but doesn't mean they have to be reckless. It doesn't mean that they have to be reckless with our kids. A mom, a dad yesterday said goodbye, not knowing that was the final goodbye. I was heartbroken when I saw the video. I don't understand why do we people feel like we want to be news readers or journalists. We take videos of guys, kids, lifeless kids' bodies there. What is it? What in your head thinks that is alright? In your head, and you post it. A mom, a friend, an aunt, and grandma, or whoever is close to that kid, they are where they are. They just see that. Imagine if it was you. Imagine if it was you. But yeah, 13 beautiful souls, young souls were lost in an accident. Sebokeng. My prayer goes out to the families, parents, siblings, family members. Find strength in the Lord. No words can ever be enough. Nothing can ever be enough. The pain of losing a loved one, the pain of losing a child. My youth pastor used to say, when a young person dies, we need to mourn. Not because they're young, but because they had the potential to become something. Their lives were taken away from them before they could even reach their potential. We need to mourn. We need to be sad. We need to be angry. We need to take action. So I lay this to you, the huddlers. I know this is a soccer huddle. We speak about football most of the time, but we need to do something. We cannot live like this. We cannot do things. We cannot like sit and think it is normal for things like this to happen. I know accidents happen every day. They do happen. We cannot prevent that. But prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than what can we as parents, what can we as government, what can we as a community say to these people, or say to umalume, guys, overtaking 4 cars, are you a F1 driver with kids? Rest in peace, young ones. And yeah, rest in peace. Strength to the families. We pray for you guys, and we hope and we believe that God will pull you through this very difficult time in your lives. Until we meet again, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it.